Viewers and subscribers, please make sure to subscribe to Saga News TV and give a like and share, because if you don't, you will miss out a lot of news.
A man who is alleged to attack and chop a teenager girl to death in St. Thomas was fatally shot by the police on Wednesday. The victim has been identified as 14 years old Tiana Sutherland, a United States citizen, who was on holiday with relatives in Bloomer, St. Thomas. Reports from the Morant Bay Criminal Investigation Branch CIB are that Tiana was at home on July 2 when an unidentified man reportedly entered the house through an open grill. A struggle ensued, during which Tiana was shot multiple times. It is alleged that she managed to injure her attackers and alert her father by phone, the police said in a release. Her father arrived to find Tiana in the kitchen with multiple stab wounds. She was rushed to hospital, where she was pronounced dead. An immediate operation by the St. Thomas Operation Support Team led police to a nearby concrete dwelling, where they followed a trail of blood to a pile of bloody clothes. The police release said when officers entered the dwelling, they were allegedly attacked by a naked man armed with a machete. Police said they took evasive action and the man was fatally shot. A search of the building reportedly uncovered Tiana found and jewelry. The incident has been reported to the Inspectorate and Professional Standard Oversight Bureau and the Independent Commission of Investigation INDICOM, which are probing the circumstances surrounding the police shooting. A 23-year-old man has been charged with multiple offenses after a woman was abducted and raped in St. Thomas. The accused has been identified as Richard Cummins, otherwise called Richie, of Ortiz District, Yala, St. Thomas. He has been charged with possession of a prohibited weapon, rape, robbery with aggravation, abduction, rape, aiding and abetting, grievous sexual assault. The incident occurred along the Albion Main Road on Friday, June 20. Reports from the Yallas police are that at about 7:30 p.m., the woman was traveling in a Toyota motor car from Yallas to Kingston when the driver picked up a male passenger. It is alleged that the driver turned off the main road onto an unfamiliar route, where the passenger pulled a firearm and pointed it at the woman. The police in a report said the man reportedly removed her clothes and sexually assaulted her before robbing her of an Apple phone, XR valued at $35,000. A report was made to the police and Cummins were later arrested. He was positively identified during the identification parade and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. A man and a woman reportedly shot and killed at a candlelight vigil that was being held for 21 years old Dejane Graham, suspected to have been killed by her cop boyfriend last Wednesday. Their identities are not been revealed. The news understand that the incident happened at Graham's home in Essex St. Mary sometime after 10 p.m. on Thursday, where individuals had gathered for the vigil. Arnil Allen, 32, otherwise called Neely, a taxi operator of Westmore Gardens, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, has been charged with the murder of 47-year-old police corporal Christopher Smith of Caymanas Bay, St. Catherine. The incident occurred at the intersection of East Avenue and Beechwood Avenue, Kingston 5. On December 6, reports from the Arthurtree police are that about 10:52 p.m. Allen and his accomplice were carried out a robbery at a Texaco gas station, during which Smith drove his private motor car to the petrol station to purchase fuel while he was awaited to be served. He was attacked, robbed and shot several times. Smith was transported to the hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries while being treated. An investigation was launched and Allen was later apprehended and found to be in possession of the Toyota Wish motor car that was used in the mission of the crime. He was subsequently charged following a question and answer session. In addition to murder, he was also charged with conspiracy to murder, 6 counts, 6 counts of robbery with aggravation, possession of prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. His court date is being finalized. 52-year-old Kevin Wallace, a phone technician of Arton Road, Kingston, was charged with receiving stolen property after a stolen cell phone was discovered in his possession on Orange Street on Wednesday, June 18. Reports from the Kingston Central Police are that on Tuesday, June 17, 3 men robbed a woman of $200,000 Jamaican dollars, a Samsung A10 cellular phone, valued at 30,000 Jamaican dollars, and a Samsung Note Ultra cell phone valued at 160,000 Jamaican dollars. The following day, the woman tracked her cell phone and sought assistance from the police to retrieve the cell phone. Upon the arrival of the police, Wallace handed over the cell phone and admitted to purchasing it for 8,000 Jamaican dollars. He was arrested and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. Detectives in Manchester have charged a man in relation to the murder of a car mart dealer and the adoption of the businessman family. The thief of 3 cars committed in Melrose Garden last year. The accused is Nicholas Knight, otherwise called Biggs, a resident of Royal Flat. Detectives on Thursday charged Knight with the offense of murder, 3 counts of kidnapping, 3 counts of robbery with aggravation, 3 counts of conspiracy to murder, unauthorized possession of ammunition, prohibited weapon, conspiracy to kidnapping, 2 counts of assault at common law, 3 counts of using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony, and conspiracy to robbery with aggravation. A police report said on July 10, 2024, car mart dealer Omar Powell, 35, his partner, and then his 15-year-old daughter were on their way home when gunmen attacked them. They were reportedly adopted by gunpoint and taken into bushes, where they were tied up on a bauxite road. Police said the accused and 2 other men kidnapped and robbed 3 cellular phones, an iPad, a Mercedes-Benz, and 2 Toyota Probox motor vehicle. The attackers then killed Powell before escaping. His partner and his daughter were found hours later, around 2 a.m., and were taken to get medical attention. Police said the accused was arrested and charged following an extensive investigation by the Manchester Criminal Investigation Branch (CIB). His court date has been finalized. Police said a second suspect identified as Jevar Blake, otherwise called Bala, was fatally shot during an alleged confrontation with cops in the Christiana era last year. The third suspect is being sought. 44-year-old Samuel Bailey, otherwise called Duskull, a farmer of Craighead, Manchester, has been charged with burglary following an incident in his community on June 17. Reports from the Christiana police are that at 9:30 p.m., a woman securely locked up her home and left. Upon her return, she discovered that her front door had been kicked in and items had been stolen, including a washing machine valued at $32,000, a fan valued at $4,000, a Panasonic television valued at $15,000, and a sound bass box valued at $35,000. A relative of the woman reportedly seen Bailey, who was familiar to her, kick open the door and enter the house. On June 25th, the woman discovered the damaged stolen item in her backyard. A report was made to the police, and Bailey was pointed out on July 1. He was arrested and subsequently charged. He is scheduled to appear before the court on July 9. A 43-year-old man accused of fatally chopping his uncle and attempting to cover up the crime by transporting and burning his remains is scheduled to stand trial on September 29. Charge is Samuel Peter John Waldo, a resident of Brooksville Road, Stony Hill in St. Andrew. Police say Waldo, who is believed to be mentally ill, allegedly used a sharp implement to dismember and then burned the body of his uncle, 77 years old, Derek Lindsay, at their Stony Hill home, where both men lived with other relatives. Lindsay was reportedly last seen alive on June 4, 2022, and a missing report was then filed by his daughter after his mysterious disappearance. The Star first broke the story of the gruesome discovery after Lindsay burned remains were found in bushes 2 days later. Waldo then reportedly chartered a taxi and traveled with 2 suitcases loaded with body parts. Investigators said Waldo had purchased approximately 500 worth of gasoline before heading to the location where the body was burned. A probe also found that bleach and other cleaning agents were used to clean the crime scene, but bloodstains were still found inside the house. When the matter was called up in the Supreme Court, the court heard that key documents were still outstanding. Justice Leighton Pusey, adjusting the family, in attendance said Waldo had not been brought to court due to mistake. He, however, told the family that the most important thing for them to understand is that the court need to have The new reports regarding Waldo, they are saying he is not well mentally. The law says we have to have two doctors who agree that he is not well. We have to have the two doctors who come here and give evidence, said Justice Pusey. The court will deal with it in that way, but we don't have the doctor report yet. The report we have is from long ago. We have to have fresh doctor's reports. He added, the chartered taxi driver who transported Waldo and the suitcase was questioned and later released. A court date is being arranged for 24 years old Nicholas Bally, otherwise called Coolibop, who has been charged with the June 11 murder of 34 years old plumber Dominic Grant along the Nelson Mandela Highway in St. Catherine. Bally, a laborer of Ferry District in Kingston 20, facing multiple charges including murder, robbery with affragation, illegal possession of firearm, and illegal possession of ammunition. The Central Village Police say at around 1 p.m. on the day of the incident, Grant and a relative meet with Bally and two other men posing as buyers of a 27 Suzuki Swift motorcycle valued at $500,000. During the meeting, the man allegedly pulled handguns, robbed Grant of the motorcycle, and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. Bally reportedly fled the scene on the stolen motorcycle, while another suspect escaped on a relative motorcycle, and the third fled on foot. Grant was rushed to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Following investigation, Bally was positively identified by eyewitness on June 30 and was formally charged on July 2, after a police interview conducted in the presence of his attorney. Police are continuing their search for the remaining suspect. Lawman assigned to the St. Catherine South Criminal Investigation Branch CIB seized a 38 revolver during a snap raid on Port Henderson Road on Tuesday. Reports from the Portmore police are that at about 6:15 a.m., Lawman conducted an operation in the area during which a premises was searched. The firearm was found in an abandoned building. No arrest was made in connection to the seizure. The investigation is ongoing. A woman charged with destruction of property broke down in tears in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court after turning up late without the money she was ordered to pay in restitution. Cheyenne Hamilton appeared before Senior Parish Judge Sancha Burrell, who questioned whether she had come prepared to go to jail. You must have come prepared to go to jail. You are late and didn't bring any money, Burrell said. Hamilton tearfully explained that she had tried to come up with the money, but was unsuccessful. She also revealed that she had just started a job on Monday and that her family had recently buried her auntie. Judge Burrell told Hamilton to stop crying and asked how much time she needed to pay the money. Hamilton requested 2 weeks, which Burrell granted, but not before questioning whether she would leave and boast about getting off by crying. Burrell emphasized that she should tell whoever helping her that she was almost put in jail and to put together the money quickly. You see, if you run away, we will find you. We have Jamaica Eye and it's very effective, the judge warned. The matter was sent to case management for July 15. Burrell cautioned Hamilton that since the court had extended her a courtesy, she must be the first to turn up that day.